Hi guys, and welcome to MBL Season 3, Week 5. I am here, I'm Lee, and I'm joined by my teammate, PokeAlex. Alex, how are you doing, mate?
I'm doing fine. What about you, Lee?
Yeah, I'm alright, mate. And this week we're going up against Team 2D, 3D, which is Gator and Chimpact. And I'll just give a quick recap for the guys at home of their team, which is Kieran White, Mega Gardevoir, Naganadel, Sableye, Tornadus, Incarnate, Mega Aggron, Blastoise, Magmar, Zygarde 10% form, which they swapped in for the Masquerain, I believe, and Swampert as well. So it's a pretty tough matchup this week, isn't it, man?
Yeah, it's a very difficult matchup, but yeah, there is always a way to find out what is the right way to actually pull it through, but it's definitely super difficult. So this is what we came at with. We figured out that Excadrill, Electabuzz, Reuniclus, Char, X, Bulu, Megatita would be our best six against them. So yeah, we're gonna start with the Excadrill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. I will just say the one thing that on their team that really stood out, I think that we talked quite a lot about, that scared us and made quite a few decisions in our team building process. With what we kind of decided to go with was the Sableye because of its access to Will-O-Wisp. So a lot of our team is quite physical. And the Will-O-Wisp can shut down stuff like Excadrill with its Prankster. Which kind of decided a lot of choices for us, I think, along the way, and that's mainly why we kind of have the Charizard as a main way to hit it, and obviously the T-Talk is with Dark type and it's not affected by the Prankster. But yeah, I thought I'd just add that in. Sorry, man.
No, that's actually a very good point. I was forgetting about it, and yeah, that's completely right. So yeah, basically we were super scared of Sableye, as Lee said, and also the Zygarde is Zygarde and Swampert, plus Tornadus and Naganadel is way too dangerous for our team. So that's why we actually wanted to go with Electabuzz, because it helps us with the redirection. With Follow Me against Sableye, against Tornadus, it definitely helps. You can Follow Me, you can either KO it as well. So yeah, Electabuzz super helpful against those mons, as we said. We also have Hidden Power Grass for Swampert. With Grassy Terrain, I believe it KOs Swampert, right?
Yeah, some variants. If it's super bulky, then there's less of a chance. But if Grassy Terrain's up, and with the EVO Light as well, we'll take an Earth Power or an Earthquake. So we'll definitely outspeed it, whatever, unless Tailwind's up on their side of the field, which is something else we were kind of worried about as well, because they got quite a lot of options speed control wise and stuff that can work in both settings as well. So it's really tricky. You got the Mega Gardevoir that can set Trick Room up, you got the Tornadus that can set Tailwind up pretty freely, and then you got a lot of middling Pokemon, and then some Pokemon like Mega Aggron that can really flourish in the Trick Room, and Swampert also enjoys the Trick Room as well. So it's,
exactly.
There's just lots of tricky stuff across their whole
their team is way too tricky against us.
And the Tornadus Eye, because it's got access to Defiant, it kind of puts us off bringing Hitmontop as well for that reason, even though Hitmontop could be quite nice with the Fake Out support and the Intimidate support against stuff I guess Zygarde, Swampert if it's physical, definitely Mega Aggron as well. So yeah, but you were getting into, man, I'll let you continue with Excadrill, our first one, before I rudely interrupted.
I'm just gonna finish the Electabuzz because we were
cool.
we were already ahead on that. So basically the Electabuzz quite simple. This spread actually allows us to set up the light screen before QM moves on. Well, if the QM is actually not Choice Scarf, then QM will always be faster because our Electabuzz is actually Everlight. So yeah, Electabuzz is actually able to take basically everything except some variants of Zygarde, like the potential Z move, which we are actually not expecting. So yes, that's pretty much everything from Electabuzz. Yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything like this. The moveset is simple, just HP Grass and Light Screen, which is actually, you know, surprising, but works against their team. So yeah.
Like I'll just say as well, like we originally were going to be going for, like the main concept we were going for was dual screens with Electabuzz, like reflect light screen. But the one problem is with reflect, it's a Gen 1 TM, so you can't have it with this Electabuzz, unfortunately. So that kind of put the stoppers on us, and we didn't realise till last minute, so we had to make a change to something else there. So we could have put protect there, but we'd like had long conversations about how awkward the Swampert could be, and like it was like a really last minute decision to put the hidden power grass there, because it gives us a bit of an out against Swampert, whereas otherwise we can't really do too much against it. So certain situations, it just gives us a nice option as well. So, you know, you can, like, the reflect would have been extremely good on it, I think, but at the same time there's like real value in the hidden power grass with how awkward and annoying Swampert could be, because like you look at that team in general, like Alex says, if we lose the Bulu, then like Excadrill is going to struggle against it, T-Tar's not going to do too well against it, like Renewlicus isn't too bad, but still is going to be slower than most of the time if we can't get the Trick Room up, and then Charizard's got Dragon Claw, but again it will be taking big damage, so that's like one Pokemon that we really identified that we need to deal with quite effectively, and I think the Hidden Power Grass kind of alleviates that a little bit, so it does make sense, it does work, but we'll just have to see how we get on with it. But yeah, do you want to add anything else to this one, man?
Nah, like Electabuzz was definitely done.
Cool.
We're going on with Excadrill. Excadrill is going to have the Lifer this time, no Z move, as opposed to the earlier weeks. However, we are still gonna be keeping the Drill Run, Rock Slide, Iron Head, and Protect set. And we did a bulkier Excadrill this time, which is actually quite useful. We can take the Jolly Tornado Superpower and KO with Rock Slide, which is quite nice. Then we can survive the Timid, QM, White Fusion, Flare, and KO them with Iron Head. We survive Naganadel Fire Blast from the Timid variant, and we KO Gardevoir and we KO Naganadel, which is quite good. I don't think the last two calcs definitely are surprising to you guys, but the other ones are definitely something to point out.
Yeah, definitely taking the superpower from the Tornadus, like that's quite big, I think, and being able to KO in return, it could just like give us like space, because like Tornadus is going to give Bulu a hard time, Naganado's going to give Bulu a hard time, so Excadrill's like the good out there against those two Pokemon. And the other thing is, with the speed, we could kind of go a little bit bulkier. The speed in Sand allows us to outspeed Scarfed Kyurem, Modest Scarfed Kyurem by 1 point, which is pretty nice. So if they do decide to go Scarf Kyurem, I don't think they'll go Timid, so I think it's quite safe for us to go that fast. We'll outspeed everything else anyway, so I didn't feel like we didn't feel like we needed to go any more, and the additional bulk was quite nice as well. It just gives Excadrill a bit more room to kind of execute what we want it to do.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like the Excadrill is quite simple to be fair, even though as I said earlier, like this time we're using a bulkier variant, but it still does a lot of damage, and it's still going to be faster than everything in their team, except if they set up Tailwind, then we might be in trouble. And if they set up Trick Room, well, we can actually set up on our own Trick Room, but it's not the best thing to do. To Trick Room and play Excadrill in the same turn if Sunrise is actually active, and with the Sunstream ability being up. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from Excadrill. I don't know if you want to add anything else, but myself, I don't want to.
No, I think that covers it. The only thing I would say is probably, like, with having quite low speed as well on it, it does give us, like you say, if the sand's not up and we can get Trick Room up, there's a lot of options we've got with it to use it under Trick Room, because they've got a lot of Pokemon that will outspeed it when we don't have the sand up. So under Trick Room we can make use of it this way as well. So it works kind of nice in both spectrums, which is pretty good. But that's about it, man. Nothing else to add, I think.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Reuniclus. So this Reuniclus is quite simple. Like we wanted to KO Aggron with the Fighting MG. Like we had nothing to actually one shot the Aggron. So Reuniclus was our tech against this on Fighting MG destroys Aggron with Max Special Attack and Focus Blast. And it's actually able to KO the Kieran White, I believe, as well. So so that's really nice. The set is basically Trick Room, Psychic, Focus Blast, Protect. We don't take a look closer to the bulk because we wanted to focus on doing damage, and Reuniclus is quite bulky anyway. So like it actually takes every single move from their team, I believe. So except maybe a Choice Specs variant from Kieran White, that would be something.
Yeah, that's something we need to be a bit careful of. But like if we get the light screen up with Electabuzz, it just
exactly.
Like, it makes it so much easier to just get it going. So
so I think the Reuniclus it's pretty much it. We opt to go for Regenerator instead of Magic Coat or Overcoat because Regenerator is just better in this matchup. They don't have any sleepy move such as Spore or Sleep Powder in their team, which could make Overcoat useful, or any Weather at all. Well, they could set up Weather, but we can actually set up Weather on our own. Yes, that's true, but Regenerator is just better in the end. So I think that's it. I don't know if you want to continue with Reuniclus.
Nah, I think that covers it pretty nicely, man.
Okay.
And then we can move on to Charizard next.
Yeah.
Cool. So Charizard, again, this week we went for the Dragon Dance set, Flare Blitz, Dragon Claw, Protect. We went a bit faster here with the Charizard X than we have done in previous weeks. Not as much bulkier and a lot more attack. And it was kind of like for a couple of reasons. One was because we mentioned earlier about the Sableye. We wanted a way to at least remove that from the field as quick as possible. If it was something there, it can't burn Charizard X because of its fire typing. So Flare Blitz, like unboosted, like not Dragon Danced. With Electabuzz, if we go down that, like that's a lead that we've been thinking about. That'll be like a T-Bolt, and the Flare Blitz is always going to be enough to take out any variant of Sableye, which is really nice to get rid of it as quick as possible. The other options are, if you look at their team as well, if we can get a Dragon Dance off, then like we're in a really nice position to start cleaning stuff up pretty easy. Like the Aggron can be a bit annoying and obnoxious to deal with, and I think we need to worry about possibly Tailwind as well from Tornadus, but other than that, like if we get the Dragon Dance up, we've got the Dragon Claw. It makes sense for Kyurem, it makes sense for Naganadel, Flare Blitz for like God of War, and like pretty much most of the rest of the team. Like the coverage there is really nice. Do you want to go over the EV spread a little bit, mate? Because I haven't got the notes in front of me, but I think
I've got them. Basically we outspeed Team Kyurem and we KO them before having to set up Dragon Dance with Dragon Claw. So the spread is quite good, I would say. Like we got the right speed, we got the right attack. We focused this time, like we wanted to use an offensive variant of Char instead of us a defensive, more defensive one. So I don't know what we calc. like we have some EVs on HP, defense, and special defense. I don't exactly remember what we called, but
what was it for? Let me try and think of what it was for. Just have a quick look at that team.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember now. Oh, it was, yeah. The so I think. Oh no, it wasn't that. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of
Maybe
the
just
team spreads. I think it was maybe what we had left over and then maybe dumped in there. But it was definitely there for a reason. It was like 100% there for a reason. I cannot for the life of me remember why, but
it's okay. Like we had a reason, we just can't remember right now. So yeah, we'll just move through on to Tapu Bulu. Bulu, yeah. So we already had decided the 5 months we wanted to bring, which were Dieter, Char, Runiculus, Electabuzz, Excadrill, and we thought we were way too weak to Swampert and Zygarde, so that's why we thought, okay, Bulu is our best mon, our best answer against them. So yeah, that's why we had Bulu. This Bulu is actually like super good if you actually are able to pull it through. Like you basically are able to KO mostly everything on their team. Yeah, we didn't look on anything too close regards to bulk, so yeah, we just did it offensive. We wanted the damage, we wanted the speed. The headbutt is mainly for Zygarde, Rock Slide for Tornadus, Super Power for Aggron, Wood Hammer for Stab. So yeah, that's it. Like I thought Hornleech was better instead of Rock Slide, because we already had Dieter, Electabuzz, and Excadrill, but then Lee thought that Rock Slide was still a good coverage move and we could use it anyway, so
I think the Hornleech would be better though, man. And this is like another thing, like last minute, that was like, yeah, I think Hornleech probably would be better there, to be honest, because we've got the double Rock Slide with Tito, Excadrill anyway. And last minute putting the team together, this was something that was put on, and it was totally by mistake, so it really should be Hornleech. And yeah, I think the Hornleech would be better there than Rock Slide, but unfortunately we went with Rock Slide instead. So yeah, I think that is my bad on that one, man.
Yeah, it's okay though. Well, yes, that's pretty much it from the Bulu, and the last one is Dieter.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dieter actually takes Tornado Superpower and survives Alman, Swampert, Hydro Vortex, and Waterfall is a 3-hit KO. So that's really, really good. This time we're not using Counter, but Counter could have been a good deck. But yeah, we decided on low kick. We just wanted the damage on Aggron. Aggron is way too dangerous for our team. Like, even if we have Runiculus, like, our goal is actually to destroy Aggron with Runiculus and just not have to use the low kick, but it can be needed at some point. So that's why we actually have it as a backup. So
and if we got grassy terrain up and Aggron's only method to hit T-Tar, like say there's a situation with like a one-on-one, if grassy terrain's up, then like we can 3-hit kill Aggron pretty comfortably with low kick, and they'll struggle to KO us in 3 hits with heavy slam. So which would be their better option if the grassy terrain's up, because I'd assume they probably got Earthquake, Heavy Slam, who knows what else, but I would imagine those are the 2 attacks that they maybe go with. I don't know whether it gets Superpower. It might do, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, we haven't counted.
Which one you said gets Superpower? Swampert?
Aggron.
Oh, Aggron. Swampert does. Aggron, let me check.
I'm not sure if it does. Let me have a look.
I think it might.
It feels like it's one of those Pokemon that does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But I don't know whether they have it or not, so that's the other thing.
They could have it.
They could have it, yeah. But like if they don't, then we can pretty much match them one-on-one with Tito with the low kick. So as much as we don't want it to come down to that, it is definitely an option for us that we could go along those lines with it. So yeah.
Yeah. So yes, that's pretty much it. Like Tita is just super Pokemon. Like we need the coverage moves, stab and low kick. Like as we said, we could have used counter to be fair, but low kick is still fine. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We covered everything. I don't know if you want to say anything else about the Tita, but.
Nah, I think we've covered everything. Like the only thing we would say is like, yeah, we went with the defensive calcs there for the super power, the waterfall. Yeah, we covered that. The attack stat is to with the low kick and the crunch, just to kind of maximize it. Yeah, and then we just dumped like the rest. I don't feel like speed's like very essential here, and you want to kind of take advantage of the trick room if we can with Tito, because it's going to be slower than a lot of other things on their team, which you'd expect them to probably speed creep rather than go slower, other than the aggron. So yeah, no man, I think that covers everything.
Alright, so
thanks so much, man, and like, yeah.
No, thanks to you.
Do you want to add anything before we head off?
Nah, just thanks to them for watching, and yeah, hope they like the week 5 battle video against team 2D 3D, and yeah, see ya in the next week.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember that the battle this week will be over on Alex's channel. It will all be linked in the description below, so go over there tomorrow and you can check that out. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave your comments and likes down below, and we'll look forward to reading all of them as soon as you can. So take care, guys. Enjoy the match tomorrow, and we'll see you very soon for week 5, the big game.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.